Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this NDC in Focus settlement with orders standard, a simpler and more efficient way to settle NDC sends. My name is Thibaut Ruy. I'm the head of the settlement with order program. And today we will speak about the settlement with order standard. So first, we'll actually share the presentation in two parts, two main parts. The first part in blue here will be a presentation, and the second part actually of the session will be question and answers that will be moderated with my team. In the first part, you can see that we will focus on the settlement with order capability, how it fits in the new airline retailing world with NDC. Then we will look at how the standard works, so it will be quite technical, the first part. And then we will focus more on the benefits, on the program, on the roadmap, and how we are actually evolving the standard. And then we will give you some information about the next steps. And I forgot to mention before we start, you will be able to submit your questions that will be answered at the end of the session. During the course of the presentation, you have actually a toolbox in GoToWebinar that you can use to submit directly your questions. So do not hesitate. During the course of the presentation, you submit your questions. We then prepare the assignment of the questions and give you answers at the end. So first, settlement with orders, a bit of background. How does it fit in the global vision of airline retailing, and especially how does it fit with NDC? On this diagram, as you can see, the main capabilities brought by NDC are here in yellow: offer management and order management. As you can see, these new capabilities that were introduced by the standard are here, but after you reach the end of the order management, you have in blue what we call the ticketing process, where we actually fall back into the current world. So offer management, order management are actually in the new airline retailing world using the new NDC standard, but in today's implementation, in today's or previous implementation, we are actually forced to actually go then into the ticketing and existing legacy standards in order to drive other processes, which are payment settlement, revenue accounting. So to summarize, the two worlds coexist. It's potentially not as efficient as it could be, and it's causing actually difficulties to map actually the two worlds. Now, if we look at the airline retailing world, NDC with settlement with orders, what is changing? Very important, you still have offer management in order to drive your NDC offers, order management in order to agree on your orders between the airline and the IATA agents. But then you fulfill either with tickets or with order your services. And the big change is that you can start to leverage on your orders with settlement with orders in order to drive the processes around payment and settlement. So as you can see, it's actually a seamless integration directly with the order management, or let's say the order capability, not directly with the order management, because it depends how you want to architecture. But at least you leverage further on the order without needing to go back into your ticketing process for those processes. So it's really important. The settlement with order then becomes what we can call the pay of the shop order pay experience. Your experience starts to leverage further on the order, and it gives you some benefits. One of them is actually around the automation, and of course, a better integration in finance and settlement. But I will go further on that later on. So if we compare in 2020, we have actually 3 ways to enable the settlement between airlines and sellers through IATA, for example. First one is what we call the legacy, but it's actually very much in use, obviously, and it's working very well. The seller actually reporting sales information to the BSP, to IATA, so that we can enable the settlement, remittance and settlement process. I mean, we say the seller, but obviously the sellers are actually relying on providers, on GDSs, ticket system providers, and they are actually doing this, this process. Following that, another reporting is done in hot file format to the airline about their sales that have been actually processed. In NDC, the flow is changing. The airline is actually now in charge of reporting sales. Those sales reported to the BSP need then actually to be processed for remittance and settlement. And the BSP is again, depending on the implementation, reporting sales information to the carrier finance. So that's the first change. This is now the airline that is taking the responsibility, potentially helped again by an IT provider. The last part, and yes, in 2020, this is already available, offers, orders, sales, supported, or settlement, supported by settlement with order. So here, in a settlement with order world, interactive messaging is actually put in place between the airline, what we call the settlement manager within IATA, so it's part of the BSP, and then the seller. So as you can see, interactive message about settlement, and that's what we call a clearance request, is actually exchanged between the airline and IATA. Information about the remittance is exchanged with the seller. And you will see the details later when I go through the flow. So this is enabled. This is available actually in the BSP thanks to the contractual work that has been done to update actually the resolutions for the PACONF. So that's the contractual aspect for those participating to the BSP. And the technical aspect has also been done with an approval in October, also in October 2019, of the PSC resolution, but also an approval of the first release of the standard. So since October 2019, settlement with order is fully enabled. The framework itself is fully enabled. Now let's go a bit deeper into how does it work, the process. So first, high-level view, and how does it fit with the distribution? The settlement between carriers and sellers, with settlement with orders. First part, distribution. The airline and the seller agree on offers. The airline confirms to the seller the order. So there is an accepted offer. This is then confirmed into an order, and this is done through interactive messaging, XML standard, NDC XML standard, obviously. And what we can see here, the payment commitment, cash or easy pay. Settlement with order so far has been developed, sorry, to work with cash and easy pay in IATA BSP. So as we can see, shop offer, order, payment commitment. This is what we call the strong handshake. There can be no dispute following that. There is a full agreement on the order between the airline and the seller. So everything that has been committed here, everything that has been agreed, can be then reused for further processes. The second part of the process is around finance. So based on all these data that have been agreed, different processes need to happen. The first one is about sales order accounting, let's say. So everything that was agreed needs to be accounted for. So it can be around sales liability or forward sales revenue, it can be around taxes, etc. And there is also a kind of preparation that needs to happen for future control of downstream processes around receivables and payables. And then the actual process, settlement with order process, linked with the accounting of receivables and payables starts. So here, messages will be exchanged, and you will see the details right after. That will be the last technical slide. I just want to reassure you. You will actually see how the messages that we have been building for settlement with orders are enabling the settlement between the airline and the seller through IATA. In the end, at the end of the remittance and settlement period, we will actually also see the funds transferred. And actually, this happens with a link with what has been exchanged before in terms of data. And the last part actually is even on the bank statements. There will be references to the data that you have in the previous message. Let's go a bit further now. Let's have a look at the detailed messaging. And I just want to reassure you, this is the last technical slide. So it depends what you are looking for when you attend this, this webinar. But it's important that you understand how simple the process has been built and how simple the set of data used is. This drives a lot of benefits actually. So first, as you can see, we have a seller system, mid back office finance, most probably, and then the airline system finance. The data that we can see here are actually data, except the clearance ID, that are coming from the distribution. So first, the clearance ID is a reference of a message that we call clearance request. So it's the new message that will actually initiate the settlement. And then we have an agreement ID and a commitment ID. The agreement ID ties back to the distribution order ID. The commitment ID ties back to the payment ID that we have in distribution. Then the payee, the payer, that are also tying back to information about the distribution, the currency, and the net clearance amount. Here, the net clearance amount is actually the difference, if needed, between the sale and the commission. Okay, so it's no longer the full set of data that is reported here. It's about really the net that needs to be cleared and settled between the two parties. So this message is sent based on those data to what we call the settlement manager within the settlement platform of IATA. That's part of the BSP. The clearance response sent back to the airline with what you see here, and we are in the case where actually the settlement is in favor of the airline, with a date that is actually the settlement date. This allows actually the airline to prepare future postings, to prepare for future settlement and exchange of monies that will happen at the end of the remittance and settlement period. So here, this is very useful because there can be a delta of some days, of course, between those clearance requests, those payments agreed that needs to be settled, and the actual transfer of funds. The treasurer will, thanks to this, have an early visibility on the future cash flow. On the other side, on the seller side, a similar message is sent back to the seller. It's called the clearance notification with similar dates. And actually the seller can do the same kind of activities in terms of accounting and prepare actually its cash flow and understand by when it needs actually to remit the money. So it's completely interactive, it's API based. The airline is sending the information, receiving a response. And on the seller side, it's actually the seller that needs to be ready to receive some messages. In blue, that was the transactional phase, let's say, for each payment. It can be actually that airlines prefer, or actually airlines prefer actually to bulk all the clearances for example, at the end of the day. But most probably, we think that this will be actually sent for each payment, and that will be actually, let's say, recorded or prepared on IATA side for future remittance and settlement. Following that, few days after the time of the payment from the seller, here we are again, settlement in favor of the airline. A remittance transfer notification with a remit ID is actually exchanged, sent to the seller finance system, so that the seller can get ready for the payment of the amount that it needs to remit to IATA. And here it's quite important to understand. I show you an example between one seller and one airline, but once settlement with order starts actually to become more adopted, of course, you will have multiple airlines for which you need to remit settlement with order monies. And in your remittance transfer notification, you will have a summary of all the clearance notifications that you need to remit for. Okay, so that's basically this amount for this purpose, and there is no room actually for mistake, because you will know exactly all the remittances that you need, all the payments that you are supposed actually to remit for here. When it comes to the airline, it's similar. Settlement transfer notification in favor of the airline. Again, this is a summary of all the transactions for which you are actually receiving money. So it can be plus, minus, it depends. And in the end, you can see the total matches with all these transactions that you have been actually exchanging or receiving information about. So there's no room for mistake. Your reconciliation will match what you have been actually accounting or preparing for, and you will have exactly the information in the settlement transfer notification. And just one additional aspect, remit ID and settle ID will also be used when possible by banks to indicate on statements the information about which remittance and which settlement the payment correspond to, and on both sides actually, one payment from the seller to IATA, and on the other side it's a payment from IATA to the airline. So it ties back completely to the previous transactions that have been notified. So that's it for the technical aspects in terms of the standard. But going beyond that, if we think about it, the NDC principles that we have in airline industry retailing vision, it's going actually, the distribution will go further than just the relationship between a seller and an airline. It will also allow the NDC standard, the interaction between two airlines, or even maybe an airline and a partner, could be something else than just an airline. So if we apply, and we are able actually to have the similar interaction between the carrier and the seller and the airline than we have between the airlines. So as you can see, shop offer, order plus payment commitment, cash. We can actually also leverage on what we have been already standardizing for the settlement between these two partners. So it's very important. It has been agreed actually with the Financial Development Services Working Group in September 2019 to further enhance settlement with orders, but also potentially the distribution NDC standard for interline to ensure that the settlement can be using the settlement with order standard, remittance and settlement process, also for interline settlement. So as you can see, it's very similar. The objective is to get there. Again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to type them in the box, in the question box, and we will address them at the end of the presentation. Don't hesitate. The standard is now published. we put all the references and information here. We will also give you a contact point, an email. Don't hesitate to go on those pages. You will find all information about the standard. So the standard is implementation guide, XSD schemas, and XML samples. Now, let's take a step back. You have now understood how it works. You have understood that it's quite simple, but what does it mean in terms of benefits for the industry? The first aspect is that the standard is actually very streamlined and very efficient, as you could see. You will simplify the settlement of your NDC orders by using the settlement with orders standard. And actually, whatever is the fulfillment method. So we have seen, and I will speak about that a bit later as well, a first implementation between carrier seller, and I can tell you that this is done independently of the method of fulfillment, ticket, ticketless, or whatever. So it's really about payment, settlement of payment, and this is it. This is only what you have in the standard. Then it's easy to implement. We've been surprised actually how quickly the seller involved in the first implementation that we have witnessed and the airline were actually very quickly able to implement the standard. But it's quite logical. They were already knowing NDC, so it's very, I would say, close to what exists in NDC. It's an XML standard, very lean, and it allows actually an easy implementation. Easy implementation means also speed, and it will help you actually to improve your time to market for new product distribution. Then another aspect that you have just seen before, the fact that the standard is reusable. If you invest on settlement with order, on the settlement with order standard, by the virtue of having a standard that is generic, the process is also generic, it allows the settlement between carrier seller, airline agent, airlines themselves for interline, but also you can think about it, airline industry, retail vision is also, the objective is also to target at some point partnerships with other type of providers, and you would be able actually to implement the settlement with those type of providers. It's quite important that think about a use case with a distribution partner. It could be, I don't know, whatever, an airport selling on behalf of the airline, or the opposite, actually, an airline distributing on behalf of an airport. That could actually help the partnership and help actually the settlement between these two partners. And the last part, support air vision. Actually, part of it was already said. Another aspect of it is that the settlement here doesn't care about the type of service. So whatever has been sold in distribution and has been paid for, a payment commitment has been agreed, and this is already in place. This is something existing already in NDC. But you don't need actually to do sales reporting in order to enable the settlement. What you need to do is actually to send a simple message about the payment that has been committed and that you want to settle between the partners. Another aspect that is very important to mention, you don't need one order in order to do settlement with orders. I know the name might be a bit misleading and futuristic, but actually it's not. NDC is there. Airlines have been implementing NDC with tickets. As I said, you can keep part of the process for the fulfillment with tickets and start thinking about evolving it. But at least you can start transforming this part of the payment and settlement using settlement with orders. Again, a very simple standard, easy to implement. The most important part would be the integration in your finance system. So it's a first step actually to one order, but it doesn't require one order. And speaking about finance, what are the benefits for finance? And here I know that in the webinar there are distribution, NDC experts, but also finance people. We have been targeting both of you. it's time actually to speak and to partner together. I guess you do, but really about the subject of NDC. And as I say, settlement with order will strengthen your NDC implementation. So it's important to realize that by the fact that the finance people will help adopting settlement with orders, they will also help their distribution colleagues. And I will come back to that later. So first benefit in finance, we have witnessed and we have heard actually from agents, sellers, mid back office providers as well, that the reconciliation today is actually difficult, and also airlines, when it comes to the settlement. So it always requires a bit of manual process, a bit of manual intervention. In the end, it's costly, but also time consuming, and especially when you need to reconcile to the cent. Then, with settlement with orders, by what you have seen, actually, it's just not more complex than what you have seen. The settlement is actually fully reconciled thanks to the standard, thanks to the interactive standard, thanks to the fact that we are exchanging IDs that are then helping the reconciliation, thanks to the messages that are actually summarizing all the requests that are remitted and settled in the end. So big benefit here, the full automated reconciliation, completely automated, efficient and fast. What we have witnessed in the first implementation that is now in production is that the agent is saving around 5 to 6 days monthly around the reconciliation. Okay, so think about it, think about the scale of the implementation and what it could mean actually with a full integration in at a large scale actually. Then cash visibility. So here we speak about cash flow management for treasurers. We know that in today's world, you need actually to implement complex ways, so either manual or a bit automated, in order to have the visibility, the exact or not exact actually, because very often it's not accurate, but to guess about your cash flow by when you will need to pay, by when you will receive money. On top of that, it's not integrated or not visible in your ERP. With settlement with orders, the cash flow visibility becomes 100% accurate. It's early, so as soon as these messages, the transactional messages have been actually exchanged, you can start working, having the integration of your cash flow visibility in your ERP, and it's direct in your ERP. So it's really a big advantage as well for treasurers that would actually benefit from settlement with orders. The roadmap of the program now. I will not spend too much time on that, but you will see, and maybe I explain it very simply, different colors, different shapes, and different type of projects in a way. So first, below, the standard. The standard, as I said, has been worked on and actually approved in 2019 for indirect sales for carrier seller. So that's the yellow, and I would say all the yellow shapes are about carrier seller indirect sales. Then in green, the interline. So the interline work has been starting in 2020. Due to the COVID impact, there is potentially a bit of delay, but the objective is actually to have between 2020 and 2021 a standard that is fully available and approved. But as you can understand, there is also a dependency with the standard availability that will match in distribution, so in NDC. Now, if we look at the purple would be actually one step further, but there is not much a big difference actually between interline and retail partners. So you see, we speak about hotels, we speak about any type of distribution partners. I was speaking about airports, all these kind of partners that you can imagine in the airline industry retailing vision. This is a bit longer down the line, further down the line. Now, looking at the projects that we have been working on in parallel. In yellow, a POC in December 2018 to actually validate manually the messages around the indirect sales settlement. That was followed actually in end 2019 by a real automated test pilot in test system between British Airways and Click Travel. So that's the first implementation. That was in test. But then in 2020, you can see that this was then transformed into a live pilot and then went live fully. And actually it is in production now. It is leveraging on an IATA settlement platform compliant with settlement with orders. Then in green, very important, last year at the Air Symposium, Airline Industry Retailing Symposium in Bangkok, Swiss and Edelweiss have been showcasing their proof of concept. So explaining how they were building manually, but validating the fact that a settlement with order for interline, actually an interline project could also leverage on settlement with orders to drive the settlement. This should be followed in principle by a test pilot. It was planned to be in 2020. It might be a bit delayed. And then going live further, and maybe that will be in 2021. Again, the COVID has impact on that. For what comes to, when it comes to the indirect sales between carrier and seller, as you can see, the objective is to ramp up the adoption in 2021. So it's very important for those airlines that are interested, for those agents that are interested, but also for the providers in the call. The objective is really to continue ramping up on that in 2021. So, very important, the standard has been built with the industry and for the industry. Settlement with Order Group, composed of 13 airlines, has been actually building the standard and got it approved by the government. This standard group was composed of airlines, experts in airline people, sorry, experts in sales payment, settlement, and accounting and revenue accounting and finance. And they have been successful in getting this standard approved through the government. But then providers are also participating. They are cooperating actually with the program. They are cooperating with the airlines in the settlement with order group in a way. And they also, those providers are committing to support at some point and to develop their product and product suite in order to support settlement with orders. The green ones have already publicly said that they will be ready in 2020. The others are potentially working on the development and might be, for some of them, be ready actually in 2020. So if some of them are your providers or if you are those providers, but I would say for airlines and potentially even sellers, it's important to talk to them. Now the first implementation. As I said before, British Airways, Click Travel, and IATA actually were part of a pilot in test in November, December 2019. Then this was transformed into a live pilot in April 2020, and it is now in standard operation mode in production. Actually, as the live pilot was in production, as we say, it is in production since beginning of April 2020. We have been validating, and it's actually materialized now, the lean messaging aspect, so ease of implementation, as I was saying. It was quite quick actually between the test pilot and the live pilot. Actually, in terms of actual development, it was a matter of few weeks, especially on the seller side. The most important aspect is not really the messaging and the API management. It's actually the integration in the systems, in finance systems. And the mindset change is also quite important. And they also materialize benefits at the moment around cash flow management and automated reconciliation that works perfectly. Statements are containing, as I said, remit ID, settle ID, and they can actually leverage on that for the reconciliation. In terms of cash flow, very important, due to the COVID, the netting actually was in favor of the agents, but that's not really a surprise, I can say that, because it happened everywhere in the industry. So we have been, in some cases, actually able to test the reverse cash flow. It's very important that it worked as well. It was, to be honest, starting such a pilot in April 2020 was a huge challenge, but everybody was committed and continued actually to do it. Now, going to the COVID aspect, very important. How settlement with orders supports further the post-COVID restart. So depending where we are in the world, we start to see the restart coming into picture. We know that the challenge of the COVID is still there, but we start to see also some uptakes in terms of restart. So two aspects that are really important, obviously, due to the impact of the crisis: reducing costs, thanks to the simplification in finance, the automation, the simpler process. There will be less complexity, and that will naturally drive less cost. Okay. Then the cash flow, really important in this crisis time. But I mean, there is the crisis, and then there is a post-crisis where your cash flow will be really important as well for the restart. And it's important also to think about how to help your treasurers further around their cash flow visibility. And settlement with order is helping with this. In terms of reconciliation, as you understood, a lot of time is saved actually around the reconciliation with settlement with orders. So it's really an important aspect as well. The other aspect is here around generating cash. Settlement with order is not directly generating cash. Obviously, it's not, but it supports NDC. So if NDC is part of your restart plan, is important in your strategy in order to generate more cash, to sell more in a better way, settlement with order will help with that further. The other aspect is ticket and orders, as I said. So in COVID, it's already available, obviously. And as we said, the first implementation, BA and Click Travel, is actually not a one-order one. It's actually still an NDC ticket implementation, but the settlement is following the very easy and streamlined process of settlement with orders. And the last part, important as well, if you are focusing on new business, trying to find new ways to generate sales, potentially with NDC, that's also settlement order is here to help. So as I said, for other type of partnerships, imagine partners for which it will be difficult to implement a ticket-based settlement. That's really important to think about settlement with order. So NDC approach and then settlement with order would help you actually to work on ancillary sales, mixing ticketing and ticketless carriers, intermodal as well is really important. And those benefits are actually applying for carriers and sellers. Of course, generating more sales would help on both sides. We are now close to the end of the presentation part. Next steps. So get ready, embrace the settlement with order standard, bridge the gap. And actually for airlines and sellers is very similar. Bridge the gap between distribution and finance, bridge the gap between your travel colleagues and your finance, and think about really this generic approach of how you manage settlement, how you manage your finance. Then contact your providers, create your business case around settlement with orders, but actually you need to link your strategy between settlement with order and NDC. If you have not started NDC, or if you are about to ramp up with NDC, it's really important to think about the value that settlement with order can give to you instead of relying on legacy standards process. So basically, you could potentially get rid of the ticket in this process flow and then build your plan. For that, we are here to help as IATA. We can help you with documentation. We can help you around the business case. Don't hesitate to contact us. The providers, you have seen what I said before. We have quite a lot of providers already involved. they need to talk to their customers, they need to get ready for settlement with orders, and also work on their product roadmap. It's really important. We have seen that some of the providers are actually leading the game in terms of how they are involved in settlement with orders. But again, others can also jump in the train. It's really important. And airlines have been asking actually to involve providers in the settlement with order program. They will not do everything by themselves potentially, and they rely on providers. So next step, contact IATA. We'll have the details right after. Sign expression of interest letter in order to help us understand what are the domains that are more interesting to you and by when you want to be ready, in order for us to understand where the industry is actually more interested, but also to help us prepare our settlement with order implementation. As you understood, in the BSP, it's important, it's live, it's in production, but we need to understand what are the different focus. And then pass certification. A certification program will be put in place. As for NDC, for those who know, there will be also a certification extending actually the NDC certification. So now I think it's time to jump to the question and answer session, and I will let my colleague Momchil Momchilov actually to drive that session. Most of the questions should be normally answered between Momchil and Jana, our consultant, settlement with order strategy and mobilization. And there is also my colleague Philippe, who is specialized into the risk for, especially for NDC sales, and also on the implementation. Thank you. Momchil, that's, I think, your turn now.
Thank you, Thibaut, for the presentation. I have some questions here coming in already. One of the questions was related to interest in moving ahead with a settlement with order. What shall we do? I would let Jana answer that.
Okay, so if you're interested to go ahead with settlement with order, then we suggest that you first talk to your distribution finance people, depending from which area you come, and that you then contact us on settlementwithorder@iata.org. We can support you with a specific webcast for your company, tailor-made. Then we can support you to discuss the next steps and go ahead. We have materials to give you, and we can go much lower and deeper into the benefits and support you in the internal business case. So whatever your needs are, we are here to help you with our knowledge and experience.
Thank you, Jana. The next question that just came in is, we have invested in NDC, but we have no plans for one order yet. Okay, I'll take this one. As it was shown in the presentation by Thibaut, one order is not a prerequisite for implementing settlement with order. Settlement with order, as long as it could be a valid proposition for you, as long as you have a commitment and agreement between two parties visible to the two parties, and then a clearing party that needs to make the clearing of the payment. So your business can materialize the benefits of settlement with order as long as there is an agreement and commitment between the payer and the payee. And this means that you can start with settlement with order even if you just have an NDC implementation, and you don't have to have a one order implementation to move ahead. Okay. I have another question here. It says, settlement with order is interesting, but we do not have very high volumes. I think Jana can probably answer this one.
Thanks. So we suggest go ahead. You do not need a high volume to start with settlement with order. As soon as it is integrated in your finance, you have anyway, for a certain number of time, you have both the old way to do it and settlement with order. So go ahead, even if it is one carrier, one seller, start with that, because you're starting to get the benefits in and reduce the costs. And that's the important thing.
I think if I may complement on that, sorry, I should raise my hand before. Actually, discussing with some airlines during the COVID, tough situation, difficult times, there was actually a reflection, interesting statement said, the fact that having low volumes is also a way to test things in a less risky environment. At the same time, from what we have seen with the implementation of British Airways and Click Travel, there was another risk, which was actually the reversal of the settlement. But actually, that is also another statement, interesting statement, is the fact that with low volumes, of course, you can potentially try things with less risk. And here, the good thing also about settlement with order is that, as Jana was mentioning, you can try between two parties. You don't need actually to open all the channels and with all the partners. You can actually start testing only between a pair of you.
Thank you, Thibault. I have another question coming in here, asking about disputes and settlement with order. Claiming basically the question is, there still may be cases where an airline may still require to issue the equivalent of an ADM to a travel agency. As, for example, travel agency wrongly communicated the passenger it was a child instead of an adult. How would this work in settlement with order world? I will forward this to Jana to answer it.
Thank you. So let's go back to what Thibault presented. So what happens in distribution with the shop offer and then to an order? So in there, it was defined that, how shall I say, I take now the example, Pox was a child instead of an adult. Okay, so the whole offer order went as 2 adults instead of 1 adult, 1 child. So what happens is you want and you need to change what you have agreed in the offer and order, because that's the single source of truth. So if you have the situation that what the order includes is not correct, then it has to be reshopped, redone there. And then there is another payment commitment, which leads into settlement with order. So we have analyzed many times what kind of dispute could arise. And the majority of the dispute that we know today, they are all have to be sorted out in distribution and not during or after settlement. However, there could be a situation where we have a mismatch. So for example, imagine you are a seller, receive this clearance notification, and the payment commitment you did was, let's say, of €1,000, but you received 1,100 through settlement with order. Then we don't call it any more dispute. We call it error resolutions. And for this, we have a process in place. So we differentiate really. And what is it? Does it have to be solved in distribution? Then there is a new payment commitment. And is it really an error, a system error maybe or so? Then it's an error resolution in settlement with order. Thank you.
Thank you, Jana. Thank you very much for this order, for this answer. Sorry. I have another question here with regards to how and where I can find some more information on settlement with order. And what I could suggest is the first place to look would be the settlement with order website, but it's still under production. We have all information related to the standards, including implementation guides, samples of the messages on the AirTech Zone and developer site. And you can always write to us directly at swo@iata.org. I have another question coming in here. Okay. Actually, this is an interesting question. Is whether we have talked, whether this is been discussed with ARC or any of the GDS partners on how this will work. It seems that settlement with order is pure NDC implementation, but not for other partner integrations. So I would probably forward this to Thibault to answer.
Yeah, I think there are different parts in the question. Have you been talking to ARC, or that's the first part of the question? And I would say more than that, ARC was actually sitting with us in the settlement with order group. So yes, ARC has been involved, and then they know actually very well about the settlement with order standard. Any of the GDS partners on how this would work? Actually, if you look at the standard, and here I would be a bit try to be a bit clear on the answer. Actually, NDC is actually the starting point. So shopping, ordering, we speak about not about GDSs here, we speak about potentially the same companies that are able to support this process. So yes, those companies are actually involved. They are actually following the settlement with order standard creation, as I said, part of the settlement with order adoption group, and they know actually about settlement with orders. So yes, it's actually the industry actually that is involved around the creation of the settlement with order standard.
Thank you, Thibault. And basically, there is another question that came in: a separate settlement with order replacement to the DISH standard, or are they supposed to work in parallel? How do they relate and differentiate? I will answer this question. So basically, when you saw the roadmap, there will be a period of time when both standards will have to work together, because not all sales will have a commitment, an agreement that can be relayed to the settlement manager in order for the settlement with order to take place, as was shown during the presentation. So in a way, it's a replacement. It's not necessarily a direct replacement of the DISH, but it's a standard for the future where sales will be done based on orders.
Yeah.
And carriers will be in control of their sale and will be the ones actually driving the information flow.
At the moment, actually, there is no mandate that actually impose NDC by a certain time. So you can imagine that these things, yes, will work in parallel for a certain period of time. It's if you are in a world and you decide actually to use a settlement with order standard, then yes, this is a replacement. You use a settlement with order standard. But as I said before, even in NDC today, we see actually some implementers still using tickets. We think this is not the most efficient implementation, as the settlement with order seems to be more efficient, but it depends also on your strategy, on your timeline, on your roadmap. It's up to you actually to do your choice. And then on top of that, you have also potentially an NDC strategy or not. I mean, if you're in this webinar, I suppose that you're all interested in this. I suppose, especially the carriers, but also potentially the agents that are in the webinar have an NDC strategy or line of thoughts. So that's what needs to be taken into account. But we cannot say at the moment that settlement with order would fully replace the DISH standard.
Okay, thank you, Thibault. There is one more question just came in the same line of thoughts. I'm starting with my NDC implementation. Where does settlement with order stands? I will try to answer that. So if you're starting now with NDC, actually including a settlement with order in your journey makes perfect sense. because you will materialize the benefits of settlement with order from the very beginning, and we will not have to go through implementation of processes or make developments that will be only short-lived and just a workaround to accommodate in-between situation. And this was demonstrated during the presentation, and how the settlement with order works very well with an NDC implementation was also demonstrated during the live and the implementation in production. I have another question that came by. Can you say that? Okay, can you use settlement with order even in ARC markets if both the seller and airline agree upon settling through a IATA settlement manager? I would say that at this point, not really, because obviously the settlement manager has to be able to work with both the seller and the agent and the carrier, unless there is some special situation or cases where we have, for example, let's say a bilateral settlement between two parties. But that's something that we will have to look into further down the road, and if there is an interest in that area, we will have to discuss that with you.
But just to make it clear, there is no, at the moment, there is no willingness to do such a thing. The settlement between ARC agents in the US and airlines in the US at the moment is done by ARC. But that technically speaking, that would be actually a possibility for ARC actually to implement settlement with orders in the US. Yes, Jana, I think you answered the question.
Jana had something to say as well.
I just wanted to really add that ARC was involved since 2018 in all the standard setup and discussion with the airlines that we have seen in the SOG. So ARC has been involved, and I think it is a good time then, if you are interested in something like this, to contact ARC.
Thank you, Jana, and thank you, Thibaut. And I think at this point, since there are no more questions right away, we should wrap up the presentation. We are at the end. Thibaut, maybe just want to summarize it. And
yeah, and I would be quite actually direct and simple. As you have seen, actually, the new world of airline industrial retailing brings new interactions capabilities between airlines and agents, and potentially with IATA as well. So really think about this shift, this change. Now the airline is actually in charge of the remittance and settlement initiation of the process, and settlement with order in this new world is actually bringing a lot of efficiencies, a lot of benefits. Really think about it. One thing that is really maybe important, the amount of data that an airline needs to implement to put in its sales data reporting in NDC. It's 150 data elements actually that needs to be reported. Whereas with settlement with orders, we speak about around, Momchil, just correct me if I'm wrong, around 20 data elements or less than 20 data elements.
Less than 20.
The process is not rocket science, as I was explaining. It's a few API messages that are implemented. The biggest difficulty is more the integration in finance, but it brings so many benefits to finance that it's really worth it. It's really worth it. Think about it. In your NDC strategy, in your NDC business case, you must ensure that you put settlement with order as potentially one of your priorities, at least in terms of assessment. I think that's it. That's what I wanted to say to close. Thank you very much. Thank you for attending this webinar. We hope it has been useful, and we wish you all the best in the restart now. We hope that you all stay safe and your families as well. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.